So, you read the title. You know what we're here for. We're here for this beautiful guy's deck profile. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. Basically, when he attacks or enters, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, draw a card. When another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. This is the 4th time this ability has been activated this turn. Transform Sephiroth into Sephiroth One-Winged Angel. Flying, and it's when it enters, you create an emblem that says whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. When Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice a number of creatures. If you do, draw that many cards. Beautiful effect, beautiful effect. Now this is the only card I'm going to be explaining the effect on. Now everything else, you're probably going to have to search up yourself. But without further ado, we start off with the creatures. Gonna start off with the legendary creatures. Cecil Dark Knight. Love Cecil Dark Knight. That transforms much like Sephiroth. It's got Death Touch, and it's a 1-drop. Golem, Scheming Guide, because yeah, Filtration, Reno and Rude. More filtration. Also, ain't that neat that you get to take your opponent's shit? Kane, Traitorous Dragoon. Because, yeah, on your turn, it's got flying. And also, the last bit's funny. Bontu, because he does silly little sacrifice stuff. If you've managed to get acquainted by now, you know what he does. Egon, God of Death, because he's a low cost, easy to sacrifice, trigger off Sephiroth. Lots of sacrificing going on here, but look at this. Ject, because why not? Braid's Cabral Minion. Because Braids. Why'd you unban her, Wizards? Why'd you unban her? I love her. Vincent Valentine. Because, yeah, more transforming. Gaius Van Belzar. Yep. Seymour Flux. Because he gets, he gives you an extra card if you pay 1 life. He's basically a Phyrexian Arena with benefits. Sidisi, the Tutor, and the Sack Outlet. Gaius, Xenos Galvis. He's the Commander card. Zodiac Umbral God. Shieldred, the Whispering One. Lorcan Warlock Collector, because Lorcan Warlock Collector, I gotta give her more respect than that. That's fucking Shieldred right there. She's got Swamp Walk. She's got return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield at the beginning of your opponent's upkeep. They sacrifice a creature. Okay. This also kind of does what Shieldred does too, but differently. Correct, Son of Yawgmoth. Now we go to the regular creatures. Tonberry for Final Fantasy flavor. Gotta have him in there. Also, it's fun. Piper of the Swarm, because Piper of the Swarm is blessed in this deck. Anything to generate tokens that could die. And look, Zilliport Cutthroat. Zilliport Cutthroat, one of the best cards in the deck. Priest of Gix. When the priest enters the battlefield, add the 3 black to your mana. Doom Necromancer. Return target card from your graveyard onto the battlefield for a black and then sacrifice this. This is awesome. Cadaver Imp, because Cadaver Imp, he allows you to get cards back to your hand. Bone Miser, because Bone Miser. Ogre Slumlord, because Ogre Slumlord is goated in this deck. He does the same thing as another card in this deck. Basically, this deck, you want a lot of things to die. You want a lot of tokens to come out. You want to generate a lot of death so that, like, your Sephiroth triggers. You got Nightmare, which has swamps up to the amount attack and toughness up to the amount of swamps. Harvester of Souls, as I said, you want things to die. Triggers Harvester of Souls. Champion of Stray Souls. Yes, this is kind of a Souls deck in a way. In difficulty and in everything. Grave Waker. This bird's pretty evil. Sepulchral Primordial. This card, read what it does for a second. Okay, there's your second. This is Shadowgrange Archfiend. Yes, this allows you to do some fun stuff. This allows you to do some fun stuff. This allows you to gain some life. Oh, look. Overseer of the Damned. As I said, when you want things to die and generate tokens, this is just as good as Ogre Slumlord. Now we got Summon Anima. Summon Primal Odin. Magic Pot. Now for the only Planeswalker of the deck, Vraska, Scheming Gorgon, because you could tutor her ass out with one of the cards. I got my brother here too. He decided to come around during the filming of this video. So I'm going to David say hi. Say it a little louder over here for the YouTubes.
Hi.
Yeah, that's right. My brother cameoed in the Sephiroth deck profile. Profane Memento. Because this does half of what your emblem does, and you need Profane Memento in this deck. Bag of Devouring. Because Bag of Devouring. Blackblade Reforged, because, yeah. Equip this onto Sephiroth. That's some hefty shit. Whip Steel Dagger. Yeah. A lot of these are Sephiroth equips. The Masamune. Gotta love the Masamune. Just built just to trigger his effect off several times.
It's funny because many people use to enforce rules and
So here we go with some enchantment. Vampiric Rites. Because sacrifice a creature, you gain a life and draw a card. Triggers your emblem. Corpse Veft. Curse of Disturbance. Give yourself some zombies. Creeping Dread. Just Creeping Dread. Side quest Hunt the Mark because mind my nails, they are a little bit dirty. I just smoked a little bit of the Devon's lettuce before this, so I do got a little bit of that underneath my nails. I'm not ashamed to admit that. Dark Ritual for sorcery. Blood Divination. Dutiful Return. Lots of reanimator spells. And search spells. Hey look, it's Vraska Scorn, the one that tutors out the Planeswalker. Evil Reawaken, another reanimated spell. Rise from the Grave. Yep. Another reanimated spell. Dance Macabre, because reanimated on crack. Deadly Embrace, because yeah. Boneyard Parlay, because who doesn't want to reanimate Necromantic Selection. Decree of Pain, because Ingrick's Wake. But yeah, you get a lot better of a return on it. Now for instance, Village Rites, Fight On, Foul Bottom Feast, Overkill, Sephiroth's Intervention, Fated Return.
Boy.
Now for the last part, which is the lands. We got Midgar, City of Mako, Eden, Seat of the Sanctum, Mortuary Mire, Memorial to Folly, the Lamb Garden, and as you can imagine, swamps. There's your Sephiroth deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it.